On October 17, 1989, in San Francisco, California, an earthquake with a 6.9 magnitude unexpectedly struck just before the third game of the 1989 World Series was set to take place, causing major panic not only at the game, but everywhere else in the vicinity, causing major damage to the city and many people as well.
At second base, so the Oakland A's take.
I'll tell you what, we're having an earthquake.
Have you gotten word about the Bay Bridge?
What about the Bay Bridge? What's wrong with it?
The upper deck appears to have collapsed during that earthquake.
Hold on a second.
We are flying over the seismic structure right now. That section of highway that connects the Bay Bridge to 880.
I don't believe it. Man.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Power has been interrupted.
So it's important to read. Oh, fine.
lines are swaying.
"63 people ended up losing their lives during this earthquake, and there were nearly 4,000 injuries reported. $6 billion worth of damage was also done to the city, and it took over a decade to fully recover. In Quito, Ecuador, a group of heavily armed men entered a news broadcasting set and interrupted a live news broadcast, claiming that they had bombs while showing off grenades and other explosives to the camera. And during this unexpected interruption, the frightened news reporter can be seen and heard begging the gang not to harm him. Luckily, nobody was seriously harmed in the situation, but due to this incident and other acts of violence by gang members, the president of Ecuador has recently ordered the country's armed forces to eradicate all gangs, labeling them as domestic terrorists. On May 17, 1995, a man named Sean Nelson, who was a United States Army veteran, managed to steal a tank from the local California armory and decided to drive the tank around the city, destroying everything in his path and causing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of damage, while local news stations captured the situation live. After Nelson crashed and disabled the tank, police forced it open before shooting and killing Nelson. Luckily, no innocent bystanders were killed by Nelson's actions, but his motives are still unclear. On August 19, 1987 in Burbank, California, a man named Gary Stowman managed to get past security at NBC Studios and interrupt a live news broadcast by holding reporter David Horowitz at gunpoint and forcing him to read a note which he wrote, mainly discussing different government conspiracy theories and his overall distrust for the CIA and the government.
You know, one of the nicest things about shopping by mail order... Pardon me? What is it? Let me read this. Folks, we have someone on the set who's standing here and would like me to read this copy which was just handed in 1981 by someone with connections at the CIA to stay off the computers, that they didn't trust people on computers. When I began receiving disturbing calls from my parents, which led me to believe that something terrible was going on, I was then forced into a mental hospital in Tallahassee, where I learned that my brother-in-law had been driven insane in the same manner that someone was trying to do to me.
After Horowitz finished reading the note, Stowman put the gun, which turned out to be fake, down before being arrested and eventually being sentenced to 3 years probation for false imprisonment. In Pinellas County, Florida, 3 teens were captured on a police helicopter stealing a Maserati at the parking lot of a restaurant, and after realizing they were being followed by police, the teens began driving over 100 miles per hour before eventually getting into an accident that would change their lives for the worse.
I don't think you're listening behind them. Eagle, yeah, you're behind them. Alright, I've got it. I can call it. Eastbound 62nd, just passing 18th. Cruisers, back off. Parallel it and get in front. He's high rate. Man, he's still blacked out. Passing 12th Street. I know we're on Bravo, so if we can get some of these. Oh, and he's going to lose it right here. He crashed. He's crashing 62nd. And it's going to be just shy of 10th Street on the south side of the road. Okay, get on. Get to the scene and roll it up. Set up a perimeter. Eagle, no one's got out of the car. Should be 3 of them. Let's get FD rolling. Pretty bad crash. Radio copies request RFD.
After losing control of the vehicle and crashing at 123 miles per hour, one of the teens in the car named Mario Bonilla would pass away while the other 2 teens would be taken to the hospital in critical condition but managed to survive.